We've got some new, sort of unbelievable, but also kind of perfect details in the Epstein case.
Yeah,
Sagar, tell the people what
we have a new development in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Video surveillance footage that was allegedly taken outside of Epstein's cell, quote, no longer exists, according to the Department of Justice, because of an accidental mix-up about the different floors and the files that they were used. I'm going to just say I don't believe you. Yeah, I just don't. And this is just the latest mystifying file. First, the government says, oh, we don't have the files anymore. Now they're saying that it was deleted. And it's just like the level... We have to, I mean, I guess it is believable that the government is so colossally incompetent and inept in order to have all of these cascading levels of mistakes. But it's like, is the American public like really supposed to believe that the cameras like weren't working, and then they were deleted, and the guards were asleep, and then this happened, and then Michael Baden, of course, who we covered earlier this week on the show, famed forensic pathologist, says that he's never in the history of prison suicides in the state of New York seen a prison suicide hanging, which resulted in the 3 fractures of the hyoid bone, but that we see in Jeffrey Epstein. I'm like, how many
markings are on the wrong place on his
markings
neck.
I mean, the cell, it's like, also there was an extension cord. Why didn't he use the extension cord?
The noose doesn't match up with the markings on the neck. Let's not forget that he is such a, I mean, one of the most high-profile people being held in prison, right? He's already on suicide watch. So you are supposed to be watching him.
Well, he was supposed to be on suicide watch. And they say he wasn't on suicide watch. And he tried to kill himself. It's like, what?
Why not? And then also, even after he was dead, he's supposed to be left at the scene. Pictures are, this is supposed to be treated like the scene of a crime, but the body's immediately taken away. There are no photos of him, and because this camera, apparently footage, does not exist, that means we don't have any view of who could have been going into or coming out of his cell. That is the angle that that camera had.
And again, here is the prison where we kept El Chapo, the guy who, you know, one of the richest men, the biggest drug cartel, like the biggest risk of escape. Nothing could happen there. And we're just supposed to believe that all these cascading things happened with Jeffrey Epstein. Again, like the government needs to provide legitimate answers. We need like a real inspector general inquiry into this, and the press needs to step up and instead of just doing government findings, go out and find all the people who were involved in this from every single level, from the beginning of Epstein's sex offender conviction in the mid-2000s. There has been a failure of the United States government and the state governments of New York and in Florida in order to keep this man in check, and it just not even continues more to this day. This is, if it's true, this is unacceptable. But does anybody really believe this is true? I don't.
The moment that he was gone, almost all the press just were like, okay, well, that's that. And they stopped digging. No, the story doesn't change just because the man is dead. These victims, this is still real.
I believe justice. They deserve justice.
They deserve justice. They deserve, the American public deserves the truth. And his madam is out there being hidden by various wealthy people overseas. I mean, it's absolutely insane the way that his death just made this whole thing seem to go away.
It's not a joke. It's not just an Epstein didn't kill himself meme. We need answers. We need to know. We need to know where Ghislaine Maxwell is. And so hashtag where is Ghislaine Maxwell? Remember, all risers, please tweet that out.
People need to have trust in their government as well. And right now we are not getting any kind of answers. All right, we'll have more for you after this.